anyway, MSNBC came out. I met them in, when did I meet them? Oh, June of 2010. And so Frank, he tries our pickles, and then he says, I'm a producer at MSNBC. I might do your story. He calls me up, and it's like the end of July, and he's like, Jenny, we're not going to make it in North Carolina. I'm like, oh, yes, you are. Frank, this is so important. You're coming. You've got to come. And he was like, I don't know. I'm like, no, you're coming. And trust me, if you tell people what to do, they do it. Because if you walk up to me to taste pickles, I don't go, hey, do you want to try Miss Jenny's pickle? I go, dill or sweet, hot or not. Well, you don't have time to think except tell me the answer, right? And I'm going to tell you what pickle you want to try, okay? And then we get you trying pickles. But that's what happened with Frank. So Frank came, and this is Mama's house, and my mom lives there today, and very proud, and that was the camera crew. And so they ended up all loving Miss Jenny's Pickles. And you can go on our website and watch. It's about 5 minutes. We're free entertainment, y'all. Y'all should check that out. It was good. They spent 8 hours for 5 minutes of filming that was on national television. And we aired in November 2011. But they were great. In fact, I still stay in contact with them. We did our first commercial, which has not aired yet. And the only regret, and I do have a regret in this, is they had hired a little guy, a little boy actor, to eat Miss Jenny's Pickles on the commercial. It should have been Kennedy. I took Kennedy with me. She eats pickles every day. But I didn't feel like I could overstep these guys because they were some graduates and some still in the North Carolina School of the Arts. And we paid like $500 for that commercial. When we called the School of the Arts, they said a commercial would cost $10,000. Well, so they were doing it after hours, and in fact, one of them was a real estate guy, and this was the demo house for his housing complex. And so we went in there after hours and shot that commercial. So I didn't feel like I could tell him what to do, but I had Kennedy. Kennedy should have been in that commercial. She'll be in the next one. Let's see what else we got. We've been with Senator Hagan. I actually, or kinda, I don't know how to say it, but I'm on a conference call about once a month with President Obama's Job Council for Small Business. And let me tell you, when they say questions, do you have questions or anything? I'm the first one to dial, and I go, hey, it's Jenny, Miss Jenny's Pickles from North Carolina. So trust me, they all in Washington have heard. And Ashley's like, I don't know how you get on first. Well, I start dialing, you know, and I don't even know what I'm going to say at the time, but I want everybody on that conference call all across America to hear Miss Jenny's Pickles. We've been on NPR with Denise Franklin, and we sponsor a Wyndham hole at the golf tournament. So we do the PGA. It doesn't cost anything. We just send volunteers out there and we do Miss Jenny's Pickles. Sometimes we put tattoos on our cheek because you're not allowed to put any logos, but if you wear it on your cheek, you can get by with it. You gotta be creative. You can do it. Trust me. Here's a couple of the places we've been very blessed with free advertisement. We get calls all the time that say, hey, will you advertise with us for $10,000? We don't have $10,000. Do you know how many jars of pickles we have to sell to meet a $10,000 marketing budget? Not yet. We're not there yet. We won the Good Food Award in San Francisco. That was the one trip that Ashley and I did not work on. We just went to San Francisco to celebrate and to pick up our award together. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I met Paula Deen. And let me tell you, these are some good little stories about Paula Deen. We were in her magazine in July, August. And what happened was these people come around to the food shows and they don't tell you who they are. And you don't know if they're a buyer, if they're just a friend getting free food, or if they're a food stylist for Paula Deen. So she walked around our booth and took our information and then called Ashley and said, would you send samples to here? Don't know if we're going to put you in the magazine, but we'll let you know. We were in the magazine, and we got 150 orders in 24 hours. And I mean, this is how big we were in that magazine. We were nothing in that magazine. But when Paula says it, people buy it. So I got the pleasure of meeting Paula. Just so you know, we have highs and lows. And you know, we carry each other. The other thing is, this picture right here with Paula Deen, I took 1 jar of pickles to Paula. Well, then I got to talking to her, and she talked about my grandmother, and she was very nice. I mean, she gave me probably 15 minutes. She said, Jenny, I want all your pickles. Well, y'all, I do not run. And I had to run like a football field back to the booth, and Ashley, you know, doing the booth, and I'm like, she wants all the pickles. And so Ashley gives them to me, and I go running back. And her security guard, I think his name was Silas, I don't know, great guy. he was going, Paula, you need to leave. And I could hear her. I'm not leaving till I get Jenny's pickles. So she waited and got all 4 flavors of our pickles. So I was very honored. And she was very, very nice.
A story about you had there was a contest or something that you lost in was it in Washington or something to see Paula Deen?
Oh yeah. Thank you. Lynn's exactly right. I was in Washington D.C. and I had been tagged to meet Paula Deen. So I wait 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, and there were 10 of us that got chosen, and I was one of them. They said, sorry, Paula's not going to come. Not going to come. Not going to make it. Okay, the other 9 people lost it. Normally, I lose it. I was very calm, and I went, And I don't know why, because even Ashley said, are you okay? Because I get upset. What you see is what you get. And I said, you know what, Ashley, we weren't ready for the Paula Deen effect. We weren't ready. And guess what? In 2010, the beginning of 2010, we weren't ready. If we'd have had 150 orders in 24 hours, we'd have never filled it. So you're exactly right. God looks after you. And so then, because I didn't meet her in Washington, I got to meet her in Atlanta. And one of the ladies who pitched the fit in Washington, she was in Atlanta. She didn't get to meet Paula. And things happen. You got to be careful. Thank you, Lynn. Because that's true. I mean, and why I didn't lose it, I don't know. But I didn't. I was like, we're not ready. Miss Jenny's is not ready for the Paula Deen effect. God's looking out for us.